Camo Dave News Channel. It's the news. We bring you the news. The news. The news of the Nomads. Nomads and the news. Nomads and the news. News. We bring you the news. They're all thousands of nomads are clustered around Quartzite, Arizona today, hoping the V will stay away. That's the news. News. Nomads voting in the election from their campsites. Is it legal? We'll let you know on the news. Hey, no fear too. Number 2, track. Got my coffee. Hey, it was nice meeting you, Ray. I met Ray this week here in beautiful Quartzite, North Carolina. That's right. They're changing it. Do you know? I'm getting them. I'm going to run for mayor of Morganton, and I'm going to get them to change the name of Morganton if I'm elected to Quartzite, North Carolina, and we'll be the sister city of Quartzite, Arizona. So, nomads, spend your winters in Quartzite, Arizona, but your summers in Quartzite, North Carolina, and the town will boom. It will boom. That's what my plan is. I'm running for mayor. Camo Dave, mayor of Morganton, North Carolina, and my goal will be to change the name of Morganton, North Carolina to Quartzite, North Carolina, and make it the sister city of Quartzite, Arizona. So you spend your winters in Quartzite, Arizona, and you spend your summers in Quartzite, North Carolina, and all the wonderful camping here. You've got beautiful mountains, rivers, lakes, streams, weather, everything. So summers here and winters there. Hey, Bounder Back Roads. Back. Oh, yeah. Okay. So no fear to trek. Ray, I met him a couple days ago. We did a nice video. He's got a really nice camper van there. And he was dropping it off in Asheville, which is about 40 miles to the west of here. And they're going to do something to make it a 4-wheel drive. And then he took a plane. Now, get this. He took a plane from Asheville to Nashville. Asheville to Nashville. So he went over the mountains, Asheville to Nashville, and then it's like going from Dallas to Dulles. I've done that a couple of times. Taking a plane from Dallas to Dulles Airport near Washington, Dallas to Dulles, Asheville to Nashville. That's funny, huh? I wonder if anybody's taken a plane from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. Like, is there a nonstop flight from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon? Portland to Portland. Oh, now the flight from Portland to Portland is boarding. That's interesting. Weird flights like that, huh? I don't know, man. Columbus. Oh, yeah, okay. Columbus, Ohio to Columbus, Georgia. Columbus to Columbus. Flight boarding from Columbus to Columbus. Hey, Doxinator's here. Nice to see you. You're still on the inner circle, Doxinator. I'm just giving you some space. Doxinator's been kind of, I'm just giving him some space. His team's not doing real well, the Panthers, and I just kind of, giving him a little space. But I want to come over sometime and do some live chats. I want to get over to Rock Hill and do some live chats someday. And put the Doxinator and Jilly on. Oh, we got bad news about the dogs. Content dogs. Ain't going to happen. My friend, my housemate, Greg, he told me when we first moved in back in January that he was thinking about getting some dogs. He's always wanted some, I don't know. That's his thing. He likes Chihuahuas. He said he just likes Chihuahuas. So he found some on one of these rescue sites over the past few days and was interfacing. And we anyway. This was a dog couple. It was Reggie and Ronnie, and they were both like 5-year-old rescue Chihuahuas. Anyway, it got to the point where he's got a lot of Christmas plans. He might be doing some traveling. I got some plans. I might be heading up to Northern Virginia soon. I want to go over. There's a good chance I may be going to Arizona sometime in early 2021. I don't know if I'm going to do it in time for all the Quartzite crap, but I do want to go to Phoenix. And I got a friend in Phoenix who's offered me a couple of weeks stay at his place. So I got some travel plans. He's got travel plans, and he just said, let's just put this all off for the moment. He was thinking about it. Right now is not a good time to be getting these little dogs that are going to need a lot of tender, loving care and people around. So he said maybe in the spring he'll revisit the idea, but he's thought better of it. So no content dogs for me, but we were thinking about that. Anyway, Tim M, hello. Rosanna, I'm like 1 today. Whoa. Whoa, that was fast. That was really fast. Hold on a second here. Ether Bunny, thank you, Ether Bunny. This Ether Bunny sent me this tie. I got this tie in the mail yesterday from Ether Bunny. Isn't it nice? Camo tie. Anyway, thank you. You should get a camo business suit to match. But on second thought, if you did, I don't want to go over camo with it. I know I got a couple camo-y t-shirts. I could wear. Well, you don't want to wear a t-shirt with a tie. You need a collar on it, don't you? It looks kind of weird. So anyway, I think this looks nice. I'm not wearing the pink camos today. I'm wearing the regular green camos, but I think it all matches. It all looks pretty good. What do you think? Huh? That's a nice look, right? Yeah, Quartzite is a bit relieved. Yes, they were very little dogs. They were only like 9 pounds. But, I don't know. We just have so many plans coming up, traveling for Christmas, New Year's, and into next year. And I think he suddenly realized, my friend realized, it's just, it might be a lot of work for the time being. And maybe we need to do it sometime when I'm going to be doing, I'm looking at 2021. Hopefully, when they get the vaccines and stuff out, that I really want to do some traveling, and I got some plans. So, I want to do that. I enjoyed 2019 when I did a lot of traveling. 2020, it's been a year where I haven't done much, but that's okay. I've been enjoying getting this, little apartment set up here in the studio. Hey, Brett, locked and loaded in St. Louis. You ought to go over to East Alton, Illinois there and check out, say hi to Sean and the audio guys over there. Hey, Briar Rose, good morning. Yes, thank you to Mr. He said Bubba, but we call him now Ether Bunny. Anyway, this is a real nice time. It's funny how you don't forget things. It's like once you learn to ride a bicycle, you always learn to ride a bicycle. Once you learn to tie your shoes, you always learn to tie. You can always just tie your shoes without even thinking. And it's the same thing with a tie, putting a tie, knotting the tie up. I haven't worn a tie, I'm trying to think, probably in 2 years, at least 2 years. And I just immediately knew how to tie it. It just, once you learn how to do it, you never forget it, right? It's just how your brain does that. Now, if I forgot that, then I noticed they're probably getting some sort of, if you forget how to tie your shoes, then something's going a little nutty up there, Forget how to ride the bike. The eyeballs. Yeah, I don't see Shimei here this morning. She usually has stuff to do on Saturday morning. She's a very busy lady. So anyway, Doxinator is solo duty this morning. Good morning, Mr. Rippy. The pink camo socks and shorts. Maybe I'll wear them tonight on the evening live stream. How about that? Good morning, Free to Travel. How are you? Taz Mod in beautiful Oregon. How are you this morning? Just checking on the phone. Ask me about Nomad Internet. I just got a text. I don't know nothing about Nomad Internet. Camo Internet. Ask me about Camo Internet. Camo Internet, the great dial-up service. Anyway, I presume Ellen's watching. Hello, Ellen in Nampa. Anyway, so no content dogs, at least for now, which is fine with me. I love dogs, but I don't want to have to take care of them. Omaha, Omaha. Good morning. I'm getting caught up here if I'm a little late here. How is Willie Chili doing? Who is Willie Chili? That's a nice tie, isn't it? Yes. I need a tie clip, tie clasp. No. Nomadic weather bearer. Good morning. Someone was once flying to Oakland but got on the plane to Auckland. Oh yeah, really? Jeez. Yeah, they could. There's Judy Zimshad who watches the channel a lot with her chickens. She lives in Havana, Florida. I did not ever know there was a Havana, Florida. It's up in the Panhandle there, and she could get a flight from. I don't think there's an airport in Havana, but you fly from Havana to Havana. I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know. Portland, if you're flying from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, you probably have to go through like New York City or something. I don't know. I don't know if there are any direct nonstop flights from Portland to Portland. New York to York. You can go from New York to York. You go from Newark, New Jersey to Newark, Delaware. I don't know. Oh, man. I'm trying to think of some other strange. Atlanta, Georgia to Tbilisi, Georgia. Denver, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, Nevada. Isn't there a Las Vegas, Nevada? No, there's Las Vegas, Nevada. Isn't there a Las Vegas, New Mexico or something? I don't know. Los Alamos, anyway. Not fair. What's not fair? Good morning, Omaha, Omaha. No content dogs, no super chat. We got a content puppet. Reggie and Ronnie, the Cray brothers. Look up the Cray brothers, Kray brothers. Somebody named these dogs after a bunch of British criminals, which kind of tells you something about the dogs, don't you think? Why would you name dogs after British criminals? Reggie and Ronnie are the Cray brothers, and they did a lot of crazy stuff like in the 30s and 40s or whatever. They're in England. So this is your courtroom. That's right. This is what I go to defend myself in court when my attorney Roland and Orzaballs. Reggie and Randy. I like Randy, yeah. I took a nonstop flight from Kimpo, Korea to Alaska, long 13-hour flight, and the time difference meant I arrived an hour before I left, exhausting Briar. That's right, because you crossed the international date line. That's got to be a weird experience, right? You leave on Thursday, and then you fly all night or all day, whatever, and then you land the next day, but the next day is now the day before, so yeah, it's crazy. I am no big smart car. Yeah, it's 6'4", 330. I'll tell you something. I have you don't see a lot of smart cars around here. You see a lot of big pickup trucks. I think some of those guys that drive big pickup trucks in North Carolina would really like to taunt people that drive smart cars. I mean, I drive a small car, but you see a lot of small cars, like Honda Civics and there's a lot of small cars, a lot of those little Ford things and whatever, and a lot of VWs and stuff. I see quite a few small cars, but teeny tiny cars like smart cars, people laugh at those. They laugh at them. Mike Reed, boo, boo, boo. We don't watch CBS. Throw that cup out. Oh. I just show this part. The BS. The BS. I know Crotchy's going to get chewed up. Crotchy is very happy. Some dogs like Crotchy. My sister has 2 dogs, and they like Crotchy. They don't bother him at all. Oh, is Mr. Rockfish here? Let me go punch up the alternate version of the chat that I can look at my other channel. I can't see Mr. Rockfish. He needs to get on. And Create an account called Rockfish. Then I could see him again. Create an account called Rockfish. Then I could see him again. Buy your own super chat. What does that mean? That's weird. Buy your own super chat. What is that? Oh, what's this? Oh, I can send a super chat to myself. Oh, what's this? Oh, I can send a super chat to myself. Weird. Why would I want to send a super chat to myself? That was weird. Hey, Mr. Rockford, how are you doing? Let's pop that over there. Mr. Costello, Frankie, how are you doing? Polypedal. I really need to get caught up here. Let's get Ross Sana, Free to Travel, Mike Reed, Beauregard. Yeah, poor Ronnie. What is that? Bad Sport Venture. Boring. Okay. Ross Sana, No Fear to Trek. Janice Lala. Better to not get the dogs and then to abandon them at a kennel for weeks end. Well, that's the thing. We were sitting down and, hey, Chris, Nomadland is having a virtual release at the Film Center in Lincoln, the film at Lincoln Center, November 4th to 6th. All tickets are sold out, and then a full theatrical release. Yeah. They ought to just give up on a theatrical release, okay? Just put the damn thing on some, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind paying a couple bucks for it to watch it on, on some channel or something, but come on, movie theaters are not going to even be open by February. Come on, just stick it on some pay-per-view thing and charge us $10 for it and we can watch it. Okay. Jeepers creepers. Or, maybe why doesn't Netflix just buy it? Just put it on Netflix. Delta flies from Portland, Oregon, straight through to Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, and then you'd have to fly from Detroit to Portland or something like that. Grumpy old man, how are you doing? Rick Petticord, nice to see you here. Again, Frankie Costello, nice to see you here. Nice shirt, but you need a tie. What? Is this a tie? I look quite dapper from the mid-torso on up. Move back to DC and use a roach clip. Grumpy is the new Cole. A Camry hybrid. Ooh. Snart cars have as much or more legroom than any pickups. Yeah. What's the top speed on a smart car? About 45. You're driving down the interstate. Those little things, though, come on. My little car blows around when trucks go by it. When I'm on the interstate and a truck goes past or something, that my little car kind of goes, can you imagine being in that little car on a windy day? There's 40-mile-an-hour gusts and big trucks going by, and that little car, it literally would get blown off the road. I don't know. Hey, Ron B248. Yes, Frank, we love the tie. Thank you to Ether Buddy for this tie. Yes. Movies at home were worth only $3.99 a pop. 35-mile-an-hour top speed if you turn the radio off. Turn the radio off. I'm trying to get up to 35 here. Actually, I thought dudes with obnoxiously lifted trucks were compensating. Yes. Yeah. Micro Pen ES. Hey, YouTube edited that quite nicely to pass the censors. That's right. Do not write. Yeah. There was a road near where I used to live up in Virginia called Horse Pen Road, and somebody Horse Pen, and then they changed it to Horse you know what. It was funny. Oh, they can go 50 miles an hour. Can you imagine them going top speed of 50 miles an hour on an interstate highway? I mean, you would be doing like the crash lane, the breakdown lane, man. People would be whipping past you so fast. I don't know. I think a smart car is a good vehicle if you're in a big city, okay? And that's where you see them. If you live in D.C., if you live in New York City, if you live in Los Angeles, if you're in a big city, But even Los Angeles, though, was a lot of freeways. But if you live in a big city and what you want to do is like, metro traffic, get around town, and the traffic's bad and the parking's bad, I think a smart car makes sense if you're living in a big city. But if you're just, driving around Illinois, country roads, I don't know. Like Wanderlust State James, you can find a nice used car that's not super teeny tiny. What tie? It has no wind profile. Smart cars are very road stable. Oh, are they? Really? Okay. So a 40-mile-an-hour wind gust isn't going to blow you off the road. I had a truck that had lots of legroom. I sat on a milk carton. I used to have one of those new Beetles back. When did I buy that? I bought a new Beetle on 2202. I remember buying it on 2202, 2002. And that had the front seat in that car was beautiful. You had a lot of room and it had a huge dashboard and the wind. I love that car. And then the back seat was crap. You didn't want to be in the back seat, and it didn't have a lot of room in the back to carry things. But it was a nice car. It basically had the body of a Golf, and it was very nice. And the front, if you thought of it as a two-seater, it was really a nice car. If you sit in the truck bed, they have tons of leg room. Briar Rose, no movie, sad looking. It's going to be soon to be the end of drive-ins. We still need to go occasionally. I think drive-ins are probably safer than regular theaters, right? Because you're in your car, with your loved ones. You don't have to worry about some guy behind you coughing all over the back of your head. I used to do that. I remember in 2007 and 8 and stuff, I used to go to the movies a lot. And even back then, you had the flu around in the wintertime. And you get a seat in a theater, and then nobody wants to sit next to somebody coughing. Smart car, 0 to 60 in about 15 seconds with a top speed of 84. Wow. And that's if it's being dropped out of an airplane. No. The 3K used smart car costs less than a side-by-side. So you can pick up a used smart car for $3K. That's not bad. That's the price of $3,000. Dang. I'm 6'3" with long legs, and the most legroom I've ever had in a vehicle was my 1964 MGB. Wow. I love those British sports cars. Those are cool. Why am I dressed up? Because I am now, we're just the camodave news army. I want to look professional. I want to look like a CNN reporter. I want to look like I'm on Newsmax. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what. I realize these chains like AMC and stuff are going out of business, but people got their big TVs now. Why do you want to go sit in a theater and watch a movie and the floors are sticky and people are making noise and there's always somebody snoring and there's always some people talking in the background? Who wants to watch a movie in a theater anymore? I don't know. Just they should literally just open the movies at the theaters and put them on a paid channel at the same time, pay-per-view or something. Honestly, they could charge less for the movie showing it on pay-per-view because, the theater has to take a cut and then all that other stuff. You don't have to, I don't know. If $10, if they were running Nomad Land for $10 and I could watch it on the TV on some pay-per-view channel, I would do that. No, I do not have any tattoos. I've always thought about getting a tattoo, but I never did it. Thank you, Susan. She says I look nice. camodave Shocks Fires wears a real shirt and tie. That's right. I used to work for a newspaper. I used to work for a community newspaper when I was out of college, and that was our little uniform. We didn't have to wear a suit, but we had to wear a nice dress shirt and a tie, and some khakis. some khaki pants or something. No jeans. Our dress code, you could get by with sneakers if they were like black sneakers and look like shoes. But they wanted you to wear like a khaki pants or some nice pants. You couldn't wear jeans. You had to wear a nice shirt. This would qualify, or just some nice button up the front shirt and a tie. Just a little tie, and that was it. And we would go and meet the governor and all that other stuff, and go to court and all that. Most of those CNN reporters they're wearing. Well, you can't see them. They're wearing cutoff shorts, right? So that's what I got. I got my cutoff shorts. That's right. Hey, make me a super chat. Help me pay for my new wardrobe. I'm dressing up for you guys. Come on. I used to the camo dickies. Remember that? I used to have those when I was a kid. You put this little dicky thing on, and then you put a jacket on over it, and it looked like you had a shirt on. I mean, it's like, what the hell? Just wear a damn shirt. Walmart's had drive-in movies last month. I'm going to find you Camo Dickie. Yeah, whatever. So, hey, Nampa Nana, I'm sorry. You're not invisible. Yeah, I was telling Nampa Nana about the dogs. Yeah, no, we're not getting the dogs. We decided that we've just got too much. He still hasn't ruled out getting content dogs, but for right now, with all the traveling everybody's planning on doing, I think he's planning on going to visit some relatives over Christmas, and I've got some plans to do that too. And then I want to do some traveling out west in 2021 early. I'm not sure all the time plans. Again, it depends on the virus. It depends on the lockdowns. It depends on the vaccines. But I'm hoping sometime in early 2021 to get back. I really do. I really want to get out and do some traveling. Phoenix is on the top burner right now. I really want to get out there. There's a couple folks out there that have been very generous and offered me some office space for a little while to do some stuff. Thank you, Mr. Rockford. See, I can see you now. I can see you now. Speaking of Mr. Rockford, he graciously made these wonderful cards for us, the CamoDAVE News Army cards. If you'd like one, they're only $4.99. Make me a super chat or pop it in the mail. Goodness. PayPal me, DC/DCRDV or CamoDAVE, 104 North Green Street, number 116, Morganton, NC, 28655. We've got a few left, so if you want one, towards my travel funds. That's right. I am going to be traveling. Yes, that's right. I never liked drive-ins. My parents, when I was a kid, they were big on drive-ins. When you got kids, little kids, you don't want to go to the movie theater. So, yeah, I remember going to the drive-in many, many, many times with my parents and sit in the back seat. And then you'd have, you get the burgers from the snack bar, and then you get them all, make a mess. Oh, you remember in the old drive-ins, they would have like a little playground under the, right in front of where the screen was. So if you got there early to get some food before sunset, then you could go play on the playground for a while. I remember that. You should wear the same shirt Charlie Watts wore on Get Your Yayas Out. I got to look that one up. Get Your Yayas Out. What did he wear? Oh my, what is that? A white shirt? I can't see what the shirt says. Get your yayas out. I wonder if you can see Bubba Warbucks if he made a super chat donation. You could try. I can see Ether Bunny all over, but yeah, I don't know. You should, send me $200 and I'll see if I get it. Oh, the big mosquitoes. Yeah. And then you'd have the little speaker, in the old days. I guess the new drive-ins, they just do it on a radio frequency and you turn your radio on and you drain your battery while you're watching the movie. But the old drive-ins, they used to have the little speaker on the wire, and then you'd put it on and you have a really nice seat. You have a really nice place to sit. You're going good view of the screen, but now the damn speaker doesn't work. It'll be tinny or garbled. Yeah. Then you'd have to go move to another place with a car, and it was a big hassle. You sent your money to Kenneth Copeland. He's going to get you into heaven, right? Man, my parents made me pee in a mason jar so I wouldn't have to go to the snack bar and get accosted by a creep. Oh, man. I remember my best friend, Billy, who now works as a manager of a Hooters in Raleigh, by the way. My best friend, Billy, up in New Jersey, his sister and I believe his mother, his sister and his mother, his big sister and mother took us to driving to see Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, which was an R-rated movie. I remember that. And it was just me. We were like 10 years old. And R-rated. We could get in as long as we were with an adult. And that was the mother, obviously. And so we went back to the snack bar, just two little kids getting some hot dogs or something. And the lady said, "What are you little kids doing here at an R-rated movie?" I mean, that was sinful, this movie, because it was like about wife swapping. Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice all in bed together. I mean, they didn't show anything, but, for 1968 or 9 or whatever that was quite an out there movie. And this lady at the snack bar was, wondering why 2 10-year-old boys were coming to see that movie. I mean, they show it on television now. It's no big deal. But back then it was quite anyway, does anyone know what happened to – what is it? Wait. Does anyone know what happened to Caravan Carolyn's cat? She said it passed away, Susan. She said it was in the hot desert there, and it wasn't well. She I forget what the cat's name was. Parker? No, that's the dog's name. I think she said in one of her the one time she turned her comments on for a couple of videos, video a while back, she admitted that the cat had passed away. Expensive as broadband and not as reliable. Guess it's okay if you have nothing else. Wow. Nice to see you, Nampa Nana. I checked out that Nomad internet company. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be the same. If you're getting your broadband through a cell signal. That's what it is. I mean, you do that right now. You can watch YouTube using your cell. It's just, do you want to use your data up? And 5G, when they get 5G, you could even probably cancel your cell service. I mean, your landline Nomad. I don't know. But again, it's better than nothing. But is it better than a regular full blown broadband if you're in an apartment or whatever? Oh, what is that? Oh, let me see that. Was that yeah, let's see that. I just missed that there. Rick Petticord. I have a better chance of getting into heaven with you, Dave. Rick Petticord. Thank you, Rick. What was that song? If you want to go to heaven, you got to raise a little hell. Who did that song? If you want to, you never hear that on the radio anymore. You want to go to heaven, you got to raise a little hell. They have workers at the drive-ins that ride around in golf carts to start the cars with dead batteries. Oh, okay, that's good. I wonder why Destination Open Road doesn't make that many videos anymore. Any idea? I don't know, grumpy old man. I hope, Scott Terry, you're fine. I don't know. I would just, I hope they're all right. They're older folks. They're hanging out. It's nutty time. I hope they're staying healthy. I hope they're not having some health issues, but they've been very – I did talk to Terry on the phone last summer, and she said she's just going through an odd time in her life. Her dad passed away a year ago or so, and she's just in a funny period right now, and she just said she just isn't really in the mood to do a lot of videos. That's what she told me. She and her husband they enjoy hanging out with the tribe and hanging out with folks, but they just have gotten out of the let's post to YouTube every day or two. You know what I'm saying? They just have gotten tired of it. So that's what she told me. And that's, people get it's, what do you do? I mean, you post your stuff on YouTube, then you kind of repost and I don't know. Why not just enjoy, if you're out on the road, enjoy your life. And why do you have to go showing everybody what you're doing? there are some nomads out there, there are some former nomads out there that just love putting the camera around and just, I have to put up my ordinary, boring life every day. It's like, geez, please, no politics. Nomad internet is only 4G. Yeah. Well, it's using the regular, what they do is, they don't own the cell tower things. They contract with another company. I use, what is it called? I forget what they call it. That thing at Walmart. Straight Talk. I use Straight Talk. And, they just contract with AT&T and Verizon and whatever. And, and yeah, it works fine most of the time. My Nomad internet commercial. $130 a month is what we pay for unlimited broadband. Really, they charge $130 a month, man. Well, again, it's like most internet services. You can get, I can get Straight Talk and get a big data plan, but it's not $130 a month. It's like $60 or $70 a month, I think. But I don't know how well that would work with streaming, Is there a funeral today? I was going to think of a joke for that, but I can't think of a joke for that. Sorry. Several artists sang that song. You want Ozark Mountain Daredevils. What was that called? The Ozark Daredevils? Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Yeah. If you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little hell. Thank you for answering my question about the CC's cat. So sad. No one would answer me. I don't know. If you're a nomad and you have pets and then suddenly that pet disappears, you kind of owe it to your viewers to tell them what happened. I don't know. Please, no politics. Yeah. A lot of the, what else can they do? If you're on the road, you've got to depend on cell internet. It's just a cell internet service. I'm sure it may be better than a phone. You have AT. What is it? Bob always said, there's, what do they have? The two main services are AT&T and Verizon. And there's some places where Verizon's better, cheaper than Bob, and some places where AT&T's better. And if you have, an AT&T I would say rather than get Nomad internet, just get a nice plan with Verizon and a nice plan with AT&T and have two different services. And then if one's not working at where you are, if you travel a lot, the other will be. And it's always good to have a backup and not put all your eggs in one basket. Is Dave not getting 2 new Chihuahuas? Yes. Okay, the Chihuahua story. We were getting rescue Chihuahuas, and there were 2 different companies involved. There's like Pet Rescue that covers the country, and they have you can search different areas for rescued beasts. And then there was a local North Carolina company or pet rescue service that was going to bring us the dogs. And we got different descriptions of the dogs from different people. And the dogs are like 5 years old. They have some issues, okay? And I don't know. He made the decision. Greg made the decision. I said, look, whatever you want to do is fine with me. I said, I'll be happy to walk him and stuff, but I don't want to be like saddled with him for weeks on end if you go traveling. I'm going to work for the Washington Examiner. Yeah. Anyway, he just thought, we've got a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple of months with Christmas and the holidays and New Year. And I'm going to be maybe heading out west sometime in early 2021. I may be going up to Northern Virginia again in March or April because my sister wants to travel somewhere, watch her dogs for her. So, there's just a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple of months with us traveling. And do we want to get these new dogs? And then both of us are going to be doing stuff. And anyway, thanks for the content. Yeah, I don't know. Nomad internet. You go out, you can search Nomad internet and see what people really think about it. But if you use whose link, he'll get a cut, so. The Washington Examiner. Yeah, the Washington Examiner actually used to be a regular tabloid paper that they served. It was freebie tabloid. I think this was back in the early 2000s. It was 2006, 7, 8, something like that. Used to be all over the place. It was actually not a bad little paper. a freebie. It was one of those, what they call, like they have them at the metro stations, the freebie papers. Then they turned that off, and then they just became a Capitol Hill newspaper. I forget, what's his name? Philip Anschutz. Is that his name? He's a Denver media guy. Philip Anschutz. He's based in Denver, and he's conservative. He's kind of like a mini Rupert Murdoch. But anyway, he owns that paper. Man, your chat is lagging. Give me a break. Oh, I'm not caught up. Behind. Smartphone 3. All right, should I just catch up? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to get caught up. I'm caught up now. So anyway, let's see. Ether Bunny, Grumpy Old Man. Why full-time living on the road is really hard was spot on today. I agree with you 100%. I'll keep my house and RV as a vacation. I see these nomads that are living on the road, and it doesn't look like a fun life, okay? It just doesn't. So now I'm caught up, okay? I'm caught up with the chat. So go ahead and say, the carpeted garage. Dave, what do you estimate Eric's Mickey collection currently worth? Here's what he did that was the big mistake that everybody says. He burned the boxes that all the Mickeys came in, okay? So if he wants to sell off the Mickeys, he got them. He's been collecting them at thrift stores, okay? Well, when collectors want the box that it came in. That's part of the package. They don't want just the Mickey. They want the box. Even if the box is a bit worn, they want the box. That's part of the collectors. So if he wants to sell those, have a value on them, he's buying them for maybe an investment to sell off. He'd had a big bonfire and burned the boxes. So they're now not worth anywhere near what they could be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying, don't burn the boxes. If you're going to sell them, if you want to sell them on eBay and you don't have the box it came in, you could still probably do that, but you're going to have to go get a box to send it in, and it's not going to be worth as much. Bye-bye, Nampa Nana. I'll give you a call a little later. We can chat about Ronnie and Reggie or whatever. A rescue dog is a real problem. Janice, the other problem, too, is rescue dogs all seem to have some sort of a problem. And sometimes they're not a bad problem. Tank the Pit Bull that I watched was a rescue dog. And, he had some weirdness with him. He was very, very afraid of water and rain and raincoats and umbrellas. He would flip out. If it was rainy, he wouldn't go out. If you had an umbrella or even put a raincoat on, the dog would completely flip out. I don't know. Rescue dogs are there's something you got to figure out with a rescue dog, and sometimes it's a workaround and you can they're nice dogs, but you just got to be real careful. A rescue dog, for example, if their owner was nasty to them and the owner had a beard, then they kind of attack anybody that has beards. You get dogs like that, especially if they're rescue dogs. I want a Jilly. I want a Jilly too. Now, Jilly would be nice. Maybe I could do that. I'll talk to Greg and say, hey, my Dachshundator, is selling Jilly. I don't know. Champ is Dachshundator's Jack Russell Terrier. Champ is got some issues. Okay, Champ is he's a nice dog, but he's very nervous. And he'll go for he has this thing where he'll stand right behind you, and then if you don't see him and step backwards, then he'll go right for your leg or right for your boot. So you got to really watch Champ. He has some issues, but Jilly is the most friendliest, loveliest, wonderful dog you will ever meet. Social media is addictive. It needs to be banned. I don't know, man. I wouldn't go that far, City Slicker Outdoors, but I want a Jilly, but we already have 2 rescues. If you can't handle the responsibility, I'm exactly right with you, Chris. I like dogs, but in my current situation right now, I do not want to have a dog. It's just too much responsibility. It just is. And we're living in an apartment. If we were living in a house, if we had some kids around, if we had a big backyard, those would be other things. The other nice thing about living in a house with a dog is, you get up at 5 in the morning, the dog's whining because it has to pee. Okay, so you just walk downstairs, open the back door, the fenced-in backyard, and just let the dog out and let him do his business. Here you got to get dressed to a certain degree, put on the leash, go down one long hall, go down another long hall, go down an elevator 3 floors, go out on a loading dock, go down the stairs, go to the parking lot, cross the parking lot, and that's where the dog pee area is. And then you've got to have your little bags with you to clean it up, if they poop. So it's a lot, it's just a lot of work. There are no bad dogs. And very true, Susan. Most dogs get all messed up from their owners. Dogs are kind of a clean slate. And especially with a rescue dog, yeah, they definitely get, they're treated very poorly. And, sometimes they can be salvaged. Sometimes they just have issues that are just, and I think the other thing, too, that the rescue dog people were looking at, because we did a little cyber interview with them on Skype the other night, they're looking for people that are a little more, experienced with dogs. I have some experience with dogs. My sister has a couple dogs. I've, walked Tank for a couple of years, pit bull. I mastered the pit bull. But, Greg hasn't had a dog since he was a kid. And I think they were kind of thinking, hey, this is a complicated rescue dog situation. Alma, I have a question for you. Do you know what started the feud between Line Screw and Carolyn's RV Life? It all started a couple of years ago. She was traveling to Alaska and she went through British Columbia, and then there's the Highway of Tears is what it's called, where there's a deserted highway where a lot of women especially have gone missing over the years, like dozens of them. And she did a video on that, and she was kind of hyping that for views, according to Line Screw. He's from British Columbia. And he kind of took that as she was, using a tragedy to just gin up views and monetize her video. And that kind of started everything. And he just got kind of mad at her. And then it just kept going. I don't know. The point is, if there's a YouTuber, and there are many YouTubers that you just don't like, you don't like their channel, you don't particularly like them as people, just unsub and move on, but apparently Line Screw, found that when he talked about her, he was getting views. When he did that, he just did that whole video on what was going on now with the copyright crap that she's pulling on him, and he's removing videos, and that got 4,000 views, which is good for him. These days, a 4,000 viewed video is pretty good for him. I read that the raising of a puppy that states that there is a time to use a rolled up newspaper to discipline your dog. I don't know. My dad used to do that. We had dogs when I was a kid, and if the dog did something bad, he'd take the rolled up newspaper and hit the floor with it. You don't hit the dog with it. And I don't know. You can just be stern. I think best thing is just to be stern with the dog. Don't yell at it. Don't scare it. Don't do anything. Just, it's the same way with kids. If your kid is misbehaving, use a stern language and say, "Sonny boy," no, that's not good. But yeah, don't take a piece of newspaper and whack it. Oh, we got our morning phone call from Tazzy Poo. Hello, Tazmod. What's up?
Oh, just laying here in bed watching you on my iPad.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
I was going to say, we got Emmett.
You got what?
We got Emmett, our dog, when he was 4. It usually takes up to 6 months for dogs to readjust.
Yeah.
To home and stuff like that. But he was fostered. The lady couldn't take care of him anymore. And he's been an excellent dog. He's going to be 9 in 2020.
Yeah, well, there's a couple reasons why you're a rescue dog. One is, say, the owner dies or something happens and they can't take care of it anymore, and it's a nice dog. Yeah, I can understand that. The other problems are if the dog is, misbehaving, it's bitten kids, if it's, can't be housebroken, if it's got other issues. The question is with a rescue dog, where does the problem lay, with the owner or with the dog itself? There are some dogs that just, are just, weird.
Right. Right, and shelter dogs, you don't have the history of them. You don't know what.
Yeah.
Whereas a rescue dog that's been fostered, the foster family knows all those.
And I think certain breeds are better. I think, more mutt type dogs tend to be more better adjusted, Goldies, stuff like that. They tend to be happy, just more bigger dogs too, even, they're less super hyper. I've seen a bunch of Chihuahuas where I know a number of people that have had Chihuahuas, and sometimes they're really nice dogs, and sometimes they're just little yippy things that bite everything. I don't know. Depends on the dog. Depends on the owner.
Yeah, same here. I've seen Chihuahua. I had a friend had a Chihuahua that really adapted to him, but nobody else in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing, you just don't know.
And I've seen dogs. I've had friends that have had dogs that have a beard. They don't immediately growl at you and want to attack you. They just, because maybe a bearded guy in the past was mean to them. And once they get to know you, it takes a while, and they realize you are a different person, even though you have a beard. Then they open up to you. But yeah, as you said, that can take a number of months to get that going. And yeah, you don't just get the dog and they're instantly nice. It takes a lot of work. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Emmett really likes the ladies. When Barb's friends come over for cards, it just goes crazy because he was raised by a girl, so that's the other thing.
And that could be it. They like women. They don't like men. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, Desi Poo, nice to chat with you.
Okay, take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, Mike Reed does not like the chat. Well, Mike, go somewhere else then. I don't... What people like they love to just go on and just go let's see, let's go. Goodbye, Mark. Goodbye, whatever your name was. Goodbye, Mike. Did I hit the right one there? I hope I didn't block the wrong person there. Yeah, okay, there we go. I love people that just, this sucks. This chat sucks. Okay, great. Go away. I'll do you a favor. There used to be, what was this? There was a certain nomad that every time I post a video, he'd be like one of the first people that posted this. Your videos are horrible, Dave. Everything you do is terrible. And then the next day he'd come on and say the same thing. And then the next day he'd say the same thing. And then it's like, I'm going to just block you. Okay. I'm going to do you a favor. Man, Beauregard, I don't know. Can you get rid of the dog haters, please? Well, yeah, we usually talk about dogs. Dave, Gregory John, your last rant was right on. Thank you. Thank you. I just was basically saying that, a lot of people, Bob sometimes says that, Cheap Everything, and Bob says what a wonderful thing it is to live simply and go live in your car and your van. Okay, you got to make some, you don't have mortgage payment, you don't have property tax, you don't have no noisy neighbors, you're free and you can travel wherever you want. And then when you really see people doing that, most of the time it doesn't look particularly fun or even cheap. You look at what Wanderlust Estate is going through now. James has been on the road now for 5 or 6 years. You would think by now he's, veteran and able to really deal with all the garbage that goes on in your life, and he works jobs and you think he'd have some money saved up, and he is pretty much out of luck there in, beautiful Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you, Ether Bunny, like the beautiful town of Lexington or Florence, wherever Florence is, just south of Cincinnati. I'm learning my Kentucky geography now. But, he's in a nice little place, but it's cold and he's in his car and he's running out of money. And What about cats? I like dogs and cats. Can't they live together? Yeah, I've seen, Susan, where I used to live in Springfield, had a dog and a cat, Tank the pit bull. Tank and the cat never much got along. They didn't like each other much, but they didn't bother each other. Tank would run up and look at the cat, and the cat would just sneer back at Tank, and then Tank would just kind of go on his merry way. They never, they didn't like each other much, but they didn't, they weren't particularly buddies. And then you don't want the barky dog. Now I know we have a neighbor. Now in my room here, I don't have any. We have hallways, so I don't have any other people directly along my room here. But my roommate, his bedroom runs right up against another unit, and that lady, I know she is very sensitive to noise because I've chatted with her several times. And if they have a little dog over there that's barking, she's going to be complaining. I know it. That's another issue you got to worry about if you live in an apartment versus a house. The dogs can make more noise and it's not so much noticed by your neighbors, right? Okay, if the dog's out back and the barking constantly and the neighbors can hear it, you'll get complaints. But if you're in an apartment, people literally one wall away, and your dog is, then people do that. They'll leave their dog in their little kennel cage, and then they go out for 3 hours and the dog barks the whole time. The neighbors go nuts. MGTOW miscreants, moderators, Doxinator, do your job. A lot of MGTOW people like dogs, though. We see dogs and cats. They'd rather have a dog or a cat than a wife or a husband. Dogs have to try not to eat off the counters or tables. That's right. When we were kids, my parents were very insistent that the dogs did not get up on the furniture. They stayed on the floor, and then I noticed with Susan and Sandy, with my sister, the dogs just jump up on the furniture, jump up on the bed. When I'm laying on the couch in the living room, the dogs will jump up on me. They just, they can go anywhere. They climb up on the back of the couch, and they have full reign of the room. When we were kids, no, the dogs on the floor. Don't put them in the chairs or anything. You do not put your dogs in your bed with you. Tasman, we also have a cat named Molly. The two animals get along, but they aren't lovey-dovey. Yeah, you do see that. Dogs and cats, they'll just tolerate each other, but you can tell they're kind of jealous of each other. Goodbye, Mike. Go watch MSM. MSM. That's good. Cannabis over the Thanksgiving weekend. I'm with Sin. Oh, is that Cindy? Oh, weed. Why do these men have to tell us they are going anywhere? Yeah. Bill says, Dave, what gets me, RVs were not made to live in. Yeah, exactly right. There's that certain nomad that has the house in Illinois, and he lives in a Class A, or he's driven a Class A, and he's gone all over the country in it, and it's fallen apart. Then the slides, the hydraulics, the generators. There's about 5 or 10 different things wrong with the vehicle. And you know what? It wasn't made to be 24/7 lived in. It was made to be taken out on trips now and then. And you're living in the vehicle, and he's made a lot of modifications to it. He did this and done that, and what do you expect? Yes, I'm testing out the tie. I may wear this tie for the Cammy Awards. The mainstream media, okay, MSM, yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about a particular nomad. I'm going MSM, CRVL, CVK, NF. I couldn't even believe my dog could jump that high because I had chicken pushed all the way back on the counter, and he must have. Yeah, dogs if they can smell. If dogs smell chicken, they can do a super canine leaps and bounds to get it. Tank would do that if you had a sandwich, chicken in it or something like that, and you turned your head away for a second to watch the television. He noticed you weren't paying attention to that chicken. He would lunge at you. He did. He would just lunge at you and grab the chicken. So you had to be very careful with Tank, never to, if you're eating and he's sitting there, do not take your eyes off of him, or pay attention constantly. Keep guard of your food, because if you're talking to somebody or looking away for a minute, he'll just take it. Eric messed up his hydraulics when he used them as a lift to work on the RV. Yeah, I don't know. He also had, what was he doing? Putting a lot of stuff. He had water tanks in his old RV. Remember that? And then the brakes kept going. And I don't know. You've got to be careful with those RVs, especially as you trick them out and use them and make them weigh more, and then drive them all over the place and go off road in them. Yeah, they literally just shake apart. I mean, really. You go on those bumpy roads. I've been on, even in my little car, I go on a dirt road or a gravel road sometimes, and the car is just shaking like this. And if you're talking about cabinets and systems in the back there, it's like an earthquake, My dog got your Thanksgiving burger. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, we had that. Susan and Sandy, we had a lot of fun stuff like that. They would cook stuff in the kitchen and then Tank, and then they would be in the living room watching television, and Tank would get in the kitchen and eat the food. That happened a lot. All of a sudden, they'd look in the kitchen. Where's Tank? Where's Tank? And he's in the kitchen eating. You jumped up on the counter and he's eating all the food. Rent a tux and save big bucks. I lived with a ferret 6 months. He was the neatest little dude. He used to run around the house singing this little light of mine. This little light of mine. I was a kid. I had mice. We had a lot of pets when I was a kid. I pet mice. Yeah, they stunk, man. These little mice, and mom just said, I can't stand, every time I go in your room, that mice, they smell like urine. It was awful. And one day I went in and the mice were gone. Mom, I think she went like a couple doors down and let him in someone's backyard and get rid of them. Ferrets are tubes of ADHD. Turkey burgers. It's pretty bad when you're a class needs to be modified because it doesn't contain enough storage space for one person to function. Your class A, yes. Yeah. The thing is, live with less. How much stuff do you need to live on, And I think some people probably shouldn't be nomads. If you really need a lot of stuff, if you want to collect stuff, if you want to, have a lot of stuff, and there's some people that like to have a lot of stuff, and they want to have a big TV, and they want to have game consoles, and they want to collect toys and have massive collections of them, and they want this and that, then yeah, by all means get a house. If you can afford it, do it. And if you go out, as this is a big country, and if you're not too picky about where you're going to be living, like the climate and everything, you can, as Dave 2D did, you can buy a big house for $26,000. Most people, today's cars are more than that. You can buy a big house for the price of a car, Now, if you want to live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where, it's winter 9 months of the year and whatever, but, hey, the places in Kansas or, West Virginia even, you can go in North Carolina here. I'm sure you could find really inexpensive houses in some of the small towns, Yeah, glorified storage locker. I have done little sections of the AT, Ron. Just little sections of it, but I have no desire to hike the whole thing. The Appalachian Trail runs very close to Northern Virginia there. The actual trail headquarters is in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, which is right near D.C. It's maybe an hour and a half drive from D.C. And I've been there, and I've hiked little sections of it. But I enjoy it, but it's I have no desire to just go from Georgia to Maine on it. No way. I just ferrets are just domesticated owl food. You can get a $26,000 house, but no job. Yeah, and that's another thing. The price of real estate is very cheap in areas where there aren't a lot of jobs. It's true. Hey, there she is, Shamay. Are you here till the end? She's here till the end of time. The grocery store is 150 miles away. That is exactly right. There's a reason why houses are really cheap. You know, there's no jobs and your grocery store is a 3-hour drive. You know. Oh, Doxy's got to run. All right, Doxy. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Dave, these nomads keep saying how beautiful there is to camp. Yeah, I never thought Quartzite was particularly pretty. You know, there were some places where these nomads go that look absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Some places in North Carolina here, we saw a full tiny house camping, beautiful mountains and nice place to hike and fish and lakes. You know, and, you know, good Lord, some of these parks in Utah and Montana and, you know, and Padre Island is a nice looking area. I mean, there's so many cool places these people go that are just gorgeous. And then you look at Quartzite and it's like a giant gravel, dusty parking lot, you know? Yeah, beautiful sunsets, but I don't know, man. You park there, you're kind of like, now what? You know, okay, you've got an ATV, you can drive it around. You know, you go into Quartzite or go, you know, do the little, you know, thrift store things or the junkyard. But I don't know. It seems to me like after about a week in Quartzite, you'd be just bored. Other than hanging out with your friends, it seems like a pretty boring place. Honestly, just does seem like a pretty dull place to be for more than a week or so, you know? Now you're going to spend the whole winter there? Okay. Rural areas are basically a third world country. That's... We're not getting into politics. Bye, Doxy. Have a nice day, Doxy. Give me a call and I'll come down and we can do some we'll do some live streams. But the audience misses live streams with the Doxy. We'll have Jillian Champ in them. And you know, I'll just come down for, you know, I can just come down for one night in a doll room. I'll come down on a Friday and leave on a Sunday. And we'll do some live streams on Saturday. How about it? Let me know. Be kind of fun. My RV insurance was only about $75 a month. No, that's not too bad. And then that's another thing. You got to pay for insurance. You got to pay for repairs. There's a lot of costs involved in an RV, you know? You're living in a house that's constantly being shaken, not stirred, shaken. It's going to need some, you know, work done on it, you know? Food deserts. Yeah, that's true. Are you going to be live on Christmas Day, Dave? I haven't even thought about it. That's a Friday, isn't it? I don't even know where I'm going to be on Christmas Day. I don't know yet. You know, there are plans for me to go to Northern Virginia. There are plans that I could still stay here. I won't probably make my decision till probably that last week. I just don't know yet. This is a kooky year. You know, I don't know. We will do, hopefully I will do the Saturday after Christmas, you know, as usual. Camo Dave will have all our Christmas fun stuff. Yeah, that would be fun. There's no money in grocery stores, so capitalism will just let you starve. No, what happens in food deserts, you know, have those in cities too, is that you get a lot of those little ethnic groceries pop up. We even have them to some degree here. I don't know why. We've got, you know, 5 Food Lions in town. There are 5 of them. We got a Walmart. We got 2 Walmarts, 5 Food Lions, a couple Ingles. We got that health food store behind us. There's a lot of grocery stores here in beautiful Morganton. But we also got at least a dozen of those little corner markets, Hispanic ones especially. I mean, I can walk to 2 or 3 of those. You know, and they're nice if you need, you know, ran out of mayonnaise or, you know, want to get a pop, you know. But you know, the prices are not super cheap. But you want to buy a SIM card for some Hispanic phone service, yeah. People trying to make bodega type places more healthy. Yeah. I mean, I was always thinking, 2 summers ago, Barb and I went up to Sugar Mountain, which I loved it. That's north of here, about an hour. You're up about 5,000 feet, in a beautiful building. I mean, it's, we had this wonderful little apartment up there for a couple nights as an Airbnb. And I always thought, what if I lived there? And people did live in that building. They actually did have units where people lived full time in them. There were other units that people were there part time and then would Airbnb them out for part of the year. This was a beautiful apartment. It had 2 bedrooms, beautiful view, a little deck, a fireplace. I mean, it was a wonderful apartment. And I always thought, wouldn't that be nice to live in that? And you're thinking, you're on top of a mountain. It's going to be cold. There's a lot of wind. But yeah, the closest grocery store is about 20 minutes away. Go down the mountain, all the little windy roads, and then you go down and there's a Food Lion and another, So I mean, you're not that isolated. But now you could probably get snowed in there quite a lot, though, without being on that mountain road and this, if they could just a coating of ice there, you might not be able to get out for a while. But I don't know. People like, I don't know, Danny Lee Ingram, who I don't see today, he's out in the middle of kind of a little empty spot there in North Georgia. I'm curious to see how he, I Googled where he lives, and it's not that, there are grocery stores around, little towns around, but you're not right next door. James Rockford, run for the border. What? Hispanic phone service, Taco Bell. Oh, I get it. Bad. No, we must not make ethnic jokes. YouTube would not like that. That's what Agenda 21 is, condemning these failed rural areas and getting people somewhere where they can feed themselves and survive. Move them all into the big cities, and then we'll have Soylent Green. You know what I do think is really interesting? And I really think this is interesting. I watch a lot of these Russian videos where people are living in Russia, that different Russia, Valeria, I think her name is, and her husband, Alex, and how they're, working on building a dacha and fixing it up, and they have apartments. But you look at Russia, you look around Moscow, people do not live in single family homes. They live in these massive apartment blocks. They really huge. They're all over. You drive around the suburbs. You think the suburban Moscow. You think of suburban America, and it's beautiful neighborhoods and houses. And, it's not always beautiful, but it's mainly houses, townhouses. There's some low level apartments. People have their own properties. They have their own yards in many cases. They have their own houses in many cases. You look in Russia, and almost everybody lives in these giant monolithic apartment buildings. They're huge and they're not well built. My date with Cece. It looks bleak. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's modern, it's all that, but you see like the suburbs around Moscow, and the landscape is 30 giant apartment buildings with these crammed little parking lots where everybody's jammed in and there's not enough places to park. And then everybody's got these buildings. The buildings are not made well, and there's leaks and stuff and super high security doors. It just doesn't look like a particularly fun place to live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a roof over your head. Yeah, you got some heat. Yeah, you got a little apartment somewhere. You might have a view of power lines out your window, but you look at the way the average Russian lives, and it's kind of bleak. I'm just saying, I'd rather live in a little shack on a piece of land, than one of those things. I'm just saying, Yeah. I don't know. Moscow, compare Moscow to, say, a typical American city like Chicago. Chicago's got some very bad places too, but most people, I think, in the American, it's more of houses spread out, land. And you think somebody said that Russia is the biggest country in the world. They have so much land. Why is everybody jammed into these giant blockish apartment buildings? That's the old Soviet system. It's kind of weird. Polypedal. Deepest, darkest Russia, dark all day and night. Holy. Yeah. Now, the dachas look nice. The dacha's out in the countryside. It's a little house there by the lake. The dacha is really neat. But, where most of the people are living is not there. Hey, Jennifer H2O, thank you. That's right. Logan's Run with Farrah Fawcett. Remember that movie? I love that movie. Yeah. She comes out and she's in Washington, and then she walks down, and the guy with the cats in the Lincoln Memorial. Yeah, that was a good movie. The Pillsbury Doughboy died. The funeral will be 3 minutes, 50 seconds, or about 20 minutes. Oh, that's mean. That's so mean. Is RS here? I didn't see RS. Jennifer H2O is a nomad. Good. I'm glad you enjoy my channel. Thank you. Yes, they do drink a lot of vodka in Russia. Yes. They do, though. They have IKEAs over there in Moscow, and the IKEA looks like every IKEA you've ever been in. Other than having the Russian, words on the walls and stuff, it looks just like the IKEA that we were in Atlanta. They all look alike. And it's funny with the rubles, because it's like, Valeria will go, Valeria, I think that's how you say her name. She has some weird board. She wants to say boards. My husband, Alex, he bought some bots. And I'm like, bots? No, he bought some boards. And there's some words like that. She's got English well, but the pronunciation she could work on a little bit. But the rubles, he bought a ladder for 8 million rubles, and it's like, what? And then it's like $100. It's like, I don't think anyone's ever sent me rubles on Super Chat. I've gotten Canadian dollars, I've gotten Norwegian money, I've gotten yen, euros, but I've never gotten rubles. I've got Mexican pesos. Oh my God, someone sent me 1,000 Mexican pesos. I'm rich. My RV insurance is $35 a month. That's what my car insurance is, Russ. I pay about $35 for insuring little Adam. Median income is something like $15K. Yeah, I don't know, man. But here's one he might get. What is a dyslexic, agnostic, insomniac? A person who stays up all night wondering if there is a dog. I'm that, and that's me. Dyslexic, right? So dog is God. Yeah, I get it. See, I got it. I'm not that stupid. Is there a God? Why did God create the pandemic? Why did he do that? I don't know. It does look, especially when you see urban areas like Moscow, how Western it looks now. It really does. You see a lot of these, you see Shell gas stations, and you see, a lot of American companies, KFC and stuff like that over there. Bald and Bankrupt is going to get a nasty internal parasite eating all the garbage he eats. Yeah. Remember Tony Bourdain? Remember him? Rest in peace, Tony Bourdain. I used to like to watch his TV shows. Man, that guy, some of the stuff he ate. I mean, these little food markets in Indonesia or Africa. And he said there was one place, I think he was in Namibia or something. He ate something just horrible, and he was like sick for 3 weeks. Evanescence is going to be live. A lot of Russians in New York City. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Jay, yeah. Where's Brooklyn, Queens? Yeah. It's like my friend who's Polish and, Polish ancestry, and there are a lot of Polish people in Chicago, a lot of Swedes in a lot of Swedes in Minnesota, a lot of German ancestry people in Pennsylvania. Yeah, city slickers. Yes. Yeah, there are. You do see quite a lot of like Mercedes and stuff on the roads in Russia, but, it's not the average people. No. Two friends see each other on a Moscow street. One says he's going to Minsk to buy bread. The other says, we have bread here in Moscow. His friend says, but the line starts in Minsk. Yes, that is a thermometer behind me. Yes. Yeah, it's one of those old, I just like it. It's just classy looking. Somebody asked me about the camo clock, because you don't see it in the background anymore. I put the camo clock up there. There's the camo clock. So I can see it better from my bed in the closet. But the camo clock is over here now. So I used to have it behind me on the wall when you'd watch my shows. And now I have the kind of skeleton head over there. But the camo clock is over there. Yeah. It uses up batteries real fast, though. I have to put a new battery in it every like 3 or 4 months. Read the ingredients for any food you buy for your pets. They put biosolids in pet food. It's made from human sewage. Oh, my God. That's horrible. Gorbachev is the one who brought them into the capitalism hellhole they're now in. Now he's taking a dirt nap. Who, Mike Murphy? Is that a thermometer behind? You're just happy to see me. Is that what's that line? Yeah, is that Mae West? Or is that a pickle in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me? Nomad conveyance. No, Ron. No. That maybe we'll do that in the Cammy Awards for 2021. What do you mean conveyance? Like RVs versus cars versus motorcycles versus whatever. That's right. Why is it called a Golf? Because all of the other 4-letter words were taken. The VW Golf. I don't know. You know, they called it a rabbit here, and it was Golf in Europe, and then they just brought the name over here. Does that slicker ever shut up? Upscale hobo. Oh, you're an upscale hobo, huh? That's right. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can go to my PayPal. There's my PayPal, paypal.me/DCRTV. There's my address. I'm looking for some Christmas card swag. You know, I always get a pile of Christmas cards every year. So if you want to put camodave on your Christmas card list, there's the address. 104 North Greene Street, number 116, Morganton, NC 28655. I got this in the mail yesterday from Ether Bunny, my camo tie. So thank you so much. I love getting swag. And I do. I enjoy getting Christmas cards. And, you know, I will shout you out. I will mention your name on the show. We have the hotline 571-419-0463. Although, just leave me a text or something on there and I'll call you back. I call a lot of people back. The game of golf, not the VW golf. Oh. I don't know. Is there a connection between why do they call it the Golf? I don't know. That's a weird name. The Gulf of Mexico. And, of course, if you want to check out some of my backup channels, cocoscope.com, camodave, and cocoscope.com, the Crotchy channel, all one word. Those are my backup channels. So if something happens to YouTube, I don't know. You know, everything's been really weird the last couple of months on YouTube. And I just like to have a backup just in case so I can immediately flip over there if something happens to my YouTube stuff. I also have Facebook. You know what I should do? I should write my fuzz face. I need to write the fuzz face thing down here. Fuzzface.com, 1Z is my main, that is my kind of like Dave Central. Okay, so go to fuzzface.com and I have all my channel links there. I have Instagram, which I don't do very often because I think it's pretentious. Just that, you know who, that Nomad we don't talk about just puts a picture of her face up there. Like, look at my face. Like, I don't know what you look like. Like, why are we supposed to care? Anyway, so yeah, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, and I have Cocoscope channels, and I got a couple of the YouTube channels that you know about, and then I've got a website and some other stuff. So FUZFACE.com. That's where you find all the camodave central stuff. So check that out. And if I ever go missing, someday you come on YouTube and I'm suddenly missing, Just go to fuzzface.com and you will be completely reunited with me instantly. There. Oh, the reset, huh? We're going to have what are we going to have? The magnetic field shifting pretty soon, and that's going to be crazy, right? North becomes south and south becomes north. Are they going to then flip the earth over and then the northern hemisphere will be the southern hemisphere? That would be weird. The United States would be upside down, but we'd be in the southern hemisphere. They should do that. That would kind of make all the maps all nutty. And Australia, the North Pole, would be like Australia, and New Zealand would be near the North Pole, and then we'd be on the underside of the earth. You like the girl? Yeah. Do not be careful if you go to CocoScope. You can just go to my channel. Just go to my channel. You don't need to go on CocoScope and look at all the other channels, because there are some pretty nutty channels on CocoScope. Okay. And then if you create an account on CocoScope, the very first thing you'll see on your settings is don't show me there's you can set your settings to very limited. Do that, because otherwise you're going to see a lot of crazy channels. Okay. And so anyway, cocoscope.com. I am also setting up accounts on a number of services. What are the other services? I got BitChute. I set up a BitChute account. I set up a Daily Motion account. I set up a DTube account. I'm working on some other services too, just in case, So, Dave will always be available. I don't want to pickle, just want to ride on my motorcycle. I don't want to tickle because I'd rather ride on my motorcycle. And I don't want to die. I just want to ride on my motorcycle. That's Arlo Guthrie. Oh, wow. Alice's Restaurant. There's no reset. After I watched a camodave vid on Coco, Cindy vid popped up making brownies. Woo! Well, if you're into that kind of stuff. I like to hear Evie Nova speak in Russian. Hey, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, we're kind of classing up the joint a little bit here. I thought I need to dress up for the show, You opened up a CocoScope. Good. Good luck, Shemay. I don't know. YouTube's just getting so weird. It's weird. I'm getting tired of dealing with YouTube. It's nice. I get a nice chunk of change every month. Thank you to your kind super chats and all that. But, it's just, I'm tired of it. It's like I'm tired of having to watch everything I say. I can't say anything. I can't say this word. I can't say that word. I can't say that word. I can't say that word. I can't talk about this person. I can't talk about that person. I can't show clips anymore. Dave, forgive me. I got here 10 minutes ago, but why do you seem to be so worried about losing your account? Because a number of YouTubers are conspiring to kind of shut my channel down. There were a bunch of them that got together at the what's her name? Aja's birthday party in September there in Williams. A number of them got together. I heard from a bunch of people, so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so were actively trying to figure out ways to shut your channel down. And one of them is to file CR copyright strikes, because I do use clips now and then. It's all fair use. It's all totally legal. But, YouTube is run by bots, and, if you can convince them, you can convince them. So that is one of the reasons why I had to take all my channel, all the old videos down. And now that's why I don't use clips. I only talk over pictures, which is fine. My views are fine. Everybody loves my crazy style and all that. But, there's a bunch of people that do not like having anything critical saying about them. They want YouTube to be, I want to put up a channel. I want to tell you whatever I think. And then I don't want anyone else to criticize me in any way. There are people out there on YouTube that are that way now. And, and YouTube is a nutty, bot-driven, artificial intelligence place. And these people kind of know how to game the system now. And that's what they're doing. So, I've been fighting back on it. And so far, so good. Line Screw's dealing with some of the same crap. If you do a parody channel or a critical channel, you got to deal with this garbage, But, it's basically, we want to do our videos, and we do not want to have anybody criticizing us, even if we, that's just the way they want to be. And it's kind of sad that people are like that. Some of these YouTubers that I've been covering, you didn't used to be like that. They used to be, hey, I'm cool with it. Have your freedom of speech, say what you want, get more viewers. So what the heck? Hey, Ron C, thank you so much. Wow, we got all art. It's our day today. Rockford, Rick Petticord, and Ron C, and then Ether Bunny. Anyone watch Bill Gates' TED Talks about population reductions? Vaccines are a weapon. I don't know. They are jealous of me. I try to be the place on YouTube where we can have some degree of free speech. We can't have total free speech here, but we certainly, I don't know, these YouTubers, they get to a point where they think that, hey, I've got 50,000 subs, I got 200,000 subs, and I don't want anyone to criticize me. I just want to do what I want to do, and nobody can criticize me. Hey, Camp Goer One always shows up just when we're ready to turn off the show. Hi, Camp Goer One. I'll give you a call a little later. We've got 2 more minutes to go here. I'm pulling the plug around 11. She always shows up, staggers to the YouTube machine at, and we've been on for an hour and a half. You missed it. Cancer culture trolls. I don't know. I do not have a lot of faith. I'll tell you something. When I was a kid, I was always very optimistic about the future of this country and the world. We're going to be on Mars. We're going to have wonderful space stations. Everything's going to be nice. There'll be no disease. There'll be no wars anymore. The older I get, the more pessimistic I am about the future of both this country and the world. I just am. Oh, fast internet. What does that mean? Whoopie-doo, more garbage. Just get more television. All this media stuff has just become garbage, just utter garbage. So what? 8,000 channels on television of utter unwatchable crap, and then everybody with higher prices for more unwatchable crap, right? Oh, my cable bills are going up. Your internet bills are going up. Now, instead of just having one, turn on your TV and watch, now you have to subscribe to 20 different online services. And then you got to pay, like Disney Plus. You have to pay a fee for Disney Plus. But then if you want to watch certain things on Disney Plus, you have to pay more. It's like, oh, my God. Oh, Disney Plus Plus. Disney Plus Premium Plus. It's like, God. Yeah, yes, I did. Yeah, well, I did. We covered him yesterday, the smart car. I don't know. Oh, okay, Camp Goer One. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, Frank is still here. Yes, I'm protesting. Anyway. I don't know. I just wonder why people get so wrapped up about certain things. I have to have, such a giant television set when most stuff on television is just utter garbage. Why I need to spend thousands of dollars for one of these when they all pretty much do the same thing, It's just, this is a $25 phone. All right. And it works great. It doesn't, the camera in it isn't so hot, whatever, but it does 99% of what your phone does, and it costs yours. What are you paying for yours? I don't know. I subscribe to over 480 channels and only have a few of them that are covered on this channel. Yeah. One of the ways I get people to watch Shimei is I guess I focus on some channels that I tend to watch a lot. If I started covering 480 channels, most people would just get bored. How would I even start covering that? It'd be just endless talking about all these channels. And most of them, to be honest with you, there are some very nice channels out there, but I got to find where the drama is and talk about that. So I focus on a couple dozen kind of dramatic nomads, and we change the mix around now and then. But for me, for my little channel here, my little lane, that seems to work, And I mix a lot of other people into it, but, that's what you do. Humans have always worked together. That's how we are designed. We're not. Oh, yeah. I'm right. 480 channels. It's like, oh my God, yeah. That's like me. I subscribe to many nomadic channels, and I look in the morning and there's like Quartzite. I'm going to the Quartzite dump. I'm going to the Quartzite thrift store. I'm going to the Quartzite this. I'm eating glop at Quartzite. I'm hanging out with my Quartzite friends. There's like 20 versions of people at Quartzite. It's like I'm going to the Walmart. I'm going to the liquor store. I'm going to having my vehicle fixed. I'm having my tires replaced. It's like, oh my God. Periscope. Yeah. There's so many. They're Vimeo, Periscope, BitChute. There's gazillions of these funky things. YouTube had a great 2020. Did it? I don't know. You subscribe to 1,700 channels? Oh my God. How do you even make sense out of all that? Yes, I am going. I really want to do some traveling in 2021. I did a lot of traveling in 2019, and I had a great fun that year. The pandemic hit this year, got the new apartment, so I've just been kind of hunkered down like everybody else. And I'm hoping in 2021 to do some traveling. I definitely have some plans to go to Arizona. I've got a very kind friend there, a YouTube friend, who's offered me a couple weeks at his place. And I do know quite a few people in the Phoenix area and that are currently at a Quartzite. I don't know exactly when I'll be going out there. I'd like to do January, but who knows what the V is going to be in January. So I definitely will do it sometime, hopefully in early 2021, and do some traveling around here. And I got to go back up to DC area and visit some friends. So I will be doing some stuff, but it's all kind of still up in the air. I definitely want to go up. I was going to mention some. I want to go to Richmond and see Stingray. Yeah, there are a couple places I want to do. Ether Bunny, I cleared 140K so far, so I'm hanging in there. Shamay! No drones in national parks. And to think in 1992, Bruce Springsteen complained, 57 channels and nothing on. I'll be honest with you, I liked cable channel. 50 is a good number, okay? Yeah, when I was a kid, you had 5 or 6 channels. Then you get cable and you had 20 channels, 30 channels, 40 channels, 50, 60 channels is a good number for your brain to comprehend. Okay, I can take 57 channels. But once you start getting to 157 or 257 or 357, it's just too many channels. You can't keep track of them all. It's just too much. There's too much choice. I'd rather have 57 channels that are at least good channels than 357 that are all garbage. You know what I'm saying? And that's my problem with cable now. It's too much junk. There's so many channels that are just utter junk. Do they allow bagpipes in the national park? I don't know. Somebody needs to look up that play the bagpipe up on top of they should play some bagpipes there in Quartzite. Have like the Nomad bagpipe band or something. That would be cool. I just thought I'd dress up for you guys this morning. Ether Bunny sent me the tie. So, yeah. Did I watch my video? I've been watching some of your stuff, Janice. Oh, no. I'm thinking of Judy Zimshed. No, I haven't seen your video, Janice. I will check it out. No bagpipes in the parks. That's right. That's right. I think that's the first thing Joe Biden is going to do when he becomes president. First thing I'm going to do is ban bagpipes from the national parks. I don't know. As I said, Camp Goer One, we had that question earlier this morning. If you had gotten up earlier and were here in the very beginning, I talked to Terry on the phone over the summer, and she just said they were getting tired of doing YouTube videos, that she and Scott enjoy the traveling, enjoy the camping, but she's just gotten to the point where she just doesn't like doing the videos anymore. And, she's pretty much been there, done that, and she just said, they just don't feel like doing videos so much anymore. That's pretty much it. Everybody's, oh, what's wrong with them? It's like, Wandering Jimmy, when he's hanging out with the tribe, he's just doing what everybody else is doing and he doesn't post any videos, People getting that, like that. Bagpipes are a real man's instrument. Yeah. What is his name? What's his name anyway? The Highland Games. Oh, yeah. Men in kilts. Scott Manley. Remember him? Yeah, I always like to watch Scott Manley. Arecibo fell apart. It collapsed. Oh, Scott. Thank you, Mark. Yes, isn't this nice? I love it. All right, folks. Getting past 11 o'clock. Getting hungry for some lunch. Got to go grab something to eat. Climbing up the ladder. That's what EV does. Yes, lots of, we've seen a lot of the female nomads. I'm going to now clean the back window of my RV. So they put the camera back there, and then they stand up on the ladder, and they, with the nice shorty shorts, and we spend about 10 minutes cleaning the ladder, I'm cleaning the window. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I want to thank Ether Bunny, Mr. Rockford, Rick Petticourt, and Ron C. for your kind donations today. Don't forget, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be doing another hour of this Saturday schlop right here. I got I did a pizza, actually. I went to the pizza place with Ray the other day. And got a whole lot of pizza. So I had pizza yesterday, but today it's going to be some subs. So I'm going to put some hot sauce, put some of that ghost sauce on them. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight if you want to bring you along your drinky poo, and we'll have a little fun, and we'll watch the Svengoolie. Oh, I didn't see what the Svengoolie movie was tonight. Let's see what the movie is tonight. Svengoolie on MeTV. It is going to be, the movie tonight is The Revenge of Frankenstein. Oh, that looks like a Hammer horror. Those are good movies. Anyway, Revenge of Frankenstein tonight. So Frankenstein. Are you allowed to show a shot of your laptop screen on one of the Nomad channels without the video running? Yes. Yeah, you got to be just super careful. I'm doing still screenshots and stuff like that. I don't know. YouTube has gone nutty. For 4 years, I was able to show clips and had no problem with it. And then all of a sudden, I'm starting to get strikes on them. So, I don't know. I just got to roll with the punches, right? All right, folks. Hey, you all have a wonderful bagpipes. The bagpipe edition, huh? You all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Thanks for being here, and I will see you tonight at 7 p.m. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thank you to Shimei. Thank you to my Doxinator for being the mods today, and Camp Goer 1 who got here at the very last minute. And I'll give you calls later. No, I did mention it earlier. We've had my housemate had some second thoughts on the doggies. We're both got some travel plans for December into January. And they're rescue dogs, and there were some issues with the dogs that we weren't quite thrilled with. And so everything's just been put off. He said he might still be interested sometime, maybe in the spring, but we've decided it's not a good time to get the dogs right now. So anyway. People get jealous because I got a good channel. I think you're right. Rather than try to compete fairly with me, they just want to shut me down. That's right. But there's always Coco Scope. Oh yeah, and Facebook. I'll be there one way or the other. Again, this is my backup channels: cocoscope.com, camodave, and cocoscope.com, the Quartzite channel. Go to fuzzface1z.com and you can see all my channels and all my links to my Facebook, Twitters, Instagrams, whatever, and my other YouTube channels and everything else is all right there on fuzzface.com. 1Z. All right, everybody. Thank you for Zero Effort Productions. This has been a Zero Effort production. All right, everybody. Thank you again, Ether Bunny. All right. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later, everybody. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Blog under.